Over the last 10 years with John Cena, a lot of people asked, when would John Cena ever turn heel? When would be the perfect time? Why isn't Cena heel? He's stale. It's getting old. He always wins. There hasn't been anything for Cena to really turn heel. He's the top guy in the company, and there wasn't anybody to step up and take his place. As evident by SmackDown Live last night, which is one of the better segments between them, especially the lines they were throwing at each other, John Cena might have found his final gimmick to turn heel. And that is ultimately for the chase for Ric Flair's number 16. What better way than to have Cena have it eat at him? He can't win the big one anymore. He can't get number 16. He gets an opportunity in a match, can't get it done. It's stolen away from him. Everything that Cena used to do to younger talent when they were chasing gold and he would beat them, what a turn of luck after 10 years of being the top dog where you can't beat the young up-and-comers. Man, it's almost like it wrote itself. When Cena came out and started talking about winning number 16, and that's his only goal left in WWE, that's when it hit me. Man, WWE is in a perfect position right now. They can drag this out. They can make Cena go through struggles, the trials and tribulations. Now, Cena's going to be leaving for a while to possibly, not possibly, he is leaving to film Season 2 of American Grit near the end of the year, and it's probably going to go from October till about the end of the year. And a lot of questions come from that. Then why is he getting a title opportunity? Nothing more than because number 16, going for that big gold, is one hell of a storyline. Now, ultimately, I joked about Cena winning and taking it away from AJ Styles so fast. But what better way than to have him not get it? Now, what would Cena do? What lengths would he go to win that 16? The one thing that he wants to do that he's not able to do anymore. He starts doubting himself. He never really was a bad guy unless you were in a match with weapons against him. He never really did those tactics that you would expect out of him. But what better way? John, you can't win big number 16. You're not going to do it, John. You're not going to do it. Constantly being held down, never winning that match. Not able to do it. Ultimately, you can have somebody else fill in after AJ Styles holds the belt for a long time, have somebody beat him, and then maybe, eventually, give John Cena that big number 16. But that chase for number 16, as he said last night, is his only goal left in WWE. So coming back every so often for a possible title opportunity. All right, Styles dropped the belt to this guy. I know I can beat him, and then maybe you can't. Kind of the opposite of what Cena always used to do. Guys would step up occasionally after a pay-per-view, and would they be able to beat him? Usually not. Man, I want to know what that heel Cena looks like. If he's in a match like this, and one of the reasons I made this match is say he can't finish off Dean Ambrose. He knows he's going into a triple threat, but he knows that number 16 is the one thing he wants the most in this world. So what better way? As he's laying out his opponent, they're both taking finishers back and forth. He has a moment of hesitation. He could pin him, but pinning him doesn't guarantee number 16 come the pay-per-view. Come No Mercy, pinning Dean Ambrose, the guy that's in that triple threat, does not give him a better odds. But do you know what does? He couldn't keep him down. Possibly going to the outside for a chair. Possibly trying to do something that you would never expect out of John Cena. Only to possibly see it backfire. And then we see vintage Cena with that AA out of nowhere anyway. I have to be honest with you. This is one of the most intriguing things to me as a WWE fan. Because on the other end, Cena used to be that guy as the top guy, like he should. If you are the top dog, you should be able to beat everybody. But Cena is not that top dog anymore. AJ Styles beat him clean in the ring at SummerSlam, and as evident last night, that one last goal he has is hanging in the balance of AJ Styles. AJ has got the title that he wants. Now, in the meantime, what are we getting out of this? Some people are saying, oh God, Cena's in the title picture again. But is he, or is he being used, like I've mentioned before, with Eva Marie, with Kane, with a lot of these predictions I'm making that are coming true that people keep going, well, no, Tubby. No. Pay attention to the TV product. I said last night, I tweeted out, Paul said, but James Ellsworth is going to be there. I said about half an hour before the main event, it's going to be great when The Miz attacks James Ellsworth and gets all the heel heat in the world. Because what is presented on TV, especially with Daniel Bryan and The Miz earlier on in the night, and then in the main event, having Miz come out. Now, we accomplished a bunch of stuff in there last night. You got Miz getting heel heat over James Ellsworth. You had the match where AJ Styles was reeling as part of the tag team. You had John Cena getting laid out by Dean Ambrose, who earlier on in the night we saw a fiery side of him. You can't win. That's what Cena said. Stone Cold is right about the podcast. So much was done well last night. SmackDown Live last night was like the new standard when it comes to WWE television. That's what I expect because it's based on the writing that we see on TV. Everybody's talking about Bray Wyatt losing and all of this, but you don't say what that accomplishes in the fact that he's losing. John Cena being in the picture isn't necessarily about him winning the title, but the lure of that 16 opportunity, that number 16 that most fans, hardcore fans, can't believe. Oh, God damn it, John. I don't want John Cena to get Ric Flair's title. There's no reason he should tie him. Ric Flair is the greatest of all time. Cena was handed his opportunities. Man, that constant lure of will he win or won't he win? We talk about what lengths he would go to, but really, how much could it eat on him? As he's off to impress for American Grit, as he's off filming for TV shows. Hey, John, you mentioned that Ric Flair, but, in October, in September, you faced him for the title and you couldn't do it, John. Are you ready to move on to other stuff? Cena's in interviews. You know what? I came up. I'm not going to go there. Let's talk about what's going on right now on the TV show, and it eats at him. Cena eventually comes back, maybe sometime around Royal Rumble, maybe a little bit after going into WrestleMania season. Now, I don't think he should be in the title picture at Mania. He should wait till after. Whatever feud he has could ultimately lead him to that title. And once he wins it and ties that record, you're going to piss a lot of people off. But ultimately, that number 16, whoever he drops the belt to, would be in line for a huge opportunity. Because this is a side of John Cena we haven't seen before. He hasn't been reeling and he hasn't been up against the odds. And when he has, he's easily overcome them. But when that one thing you want so much is on the line, when that one thing that you're willing to literally give an arm for, and no, I didn't just quote Eminem. Okay, I did, but let's be honest here. Eminem's awesome anyway. That one thing that eats at you, for me, it's wanting to be a filmmaker. It just eats at me. I want to do it so bad, right? I would give anything to do it. Hence why when I went so hard with YouTube, my intentions were to invest that money in to ultimately do something like that. And I know it's ate at me, so I know it could eat at John. You're getting upset. I'm doing this. I'm doing that. What is it going to take? I used to be the face that buried the guys in this place, and now look at me. Man, I don't know what Cena would be willing to go through, but it'd be one hell of an entertaining option. As the guy that used to be there, the champ that runs the camp, as AJ Styles says. He doesn't have to beat AJ Styles. He's in this title match, and ultimately this title match, again, I think is more to try to get Dean over, like he mentioned the podcast. It's one of those little writing things that you notice. When you look on TV shows, the writing that you see on television, the little blurbs, you may notice later on in a movie. Shows like Leverage, movies like Focus, where you think you know what's happening, but ultimately they flash back to that one comment they made. That one moment you didn't see. And that ultimately is what sets it apart. That one moment is where John Cena helped get Dean Ambrose to the next level. He helped solidify AJ Styles as champion, but ultimately that goal of number 16 is always in his back pocket. Can he do it? How long will it take? Usually John Cena is used to getting that title opportunity and going right out and winning. But what happens when he can't? I'd love to know what you guys think in the comment section below. What would it take? What would Cena actually do? I mentioned the chair. I mentioned so many different opportunities he could do. But John Cena chasing number 16 is the perfect opportunity to turn him heel. And to be honest with you, I am very excited to see what comes from the champ. I'm excited to see a new side of John Cena because after the last 10 years, while I respect him, I think he's great for the business. I cannot wait for that other side of John Cena.